Let's just dive right into this explainer, shall we? You know that feeling when you're standing in the convenience store, just totally blanking in front of the beverage cooler? We've all been there. Today, we're decoding that crazy, neon-colored world of modern energy drinks. Because honestly, they've evolved way past those simple sugary caffeine bombs we used to know. It's a massive spectrum of hyper-functional beverages now. And understanding this shift, it's not just about what's in the can. It's really about how our demands as consumers have completely changed what we expect from our daily fuel.
To make sense of it all, here's our roadmap. We'll start with the energy evolution, then check out the health-conscious kick. After that, we'll look at pushing physical limits, fueling the digital athlete, and finally, choosing your perfect fuel. Let's get started.
All right, Section 1, the energy evolution, this shift to hyper-specialization. Let's see how this market totally transformed from your standard everyday drinks into incredibly precise lifestyle solutions.
It really all boils down to one simple question. What are you actually drinking? Next time you're staring down that beverage aisle, you have to ask yourself, are you just grabbing a random jolt of energy, or are you buying a highly specialized, functional tool? Because I'll tell you what, the days of just grabbing whatever can has the brightest, coolest logo and hoping for the best, yeah, those days are completely over.
So here's the absolutely crucial point. We are living in the era of the functional energy drink. This is definitely not just caffeine water anymore. We're talking about a specialized beverage engineered way beyond standard caffeine. It's tailored with specific ingredients to support distinct lifestyles, dietary needs, or performance goals. Basically, you aren't just chugging a generic stimulant anymore. You're grabbing a solution that's been precisely engineered for whatever specific activity you're tackling that day.
Moving right along to Section 2, the health-conscious kick, energy without the compromise. Let's look at our first major lifestyle category and see what's brewing for the calorie-conscious consumer.
You know, the very first major pivot in the industry gave us sugar-free options. These were created specifically for people who desperately wanted that energy drink stimulation, but absolutely did not want the added sugar. So, to pull this off, manufacturers use low-calorie sweeteners. It gives you the sweetness without that heavy caloric payload. And, man, this targeted shift became wildly popular with fitness enthusiasts. They wanted that increased alertness and mental focus for their workouts, but there was no way they were going to drink 300 empty calories of sugar to get it, right? It delivers the exact same focus while completely dodging that dreaded afternoon sugar crash. Now, what if you're looking for something even cleaner? Enter natural versus organic options. Natural drinks focus heavily on plant sources, pulling caffeine from things like green tea, yerba mate, or guarana. And actually, fun fact here, guarana seeds pack about 4 times the amount of caffeine as your standard coffee bean. Pretty crazy. These natural options also generally ditch the artificial colors and preservatives, giving you a much simpler, cleaner ingredient list. Organic drinks, though, they take the whole thing a step further. They follow super strict ingredient standards, using certified organic farming practices, and just flat out avoid synthetic additives altogether. Both paths give you that necessary boost, but they're targeting consumers looking for vastly different levels of ingredient purity.
Okay, Section 3, pushing physical limits, engineered for physical activity. Because what if your goal isn't just a clean midday pick-me-up, but literally pushing your physical endurance to the absolute max?
Well, that brings us straight to sports energy drinks. Unlike your standard energy drinks that basically just hit you with caffeine, sports energy drinks are absolutely packed with electrolytes and carbohydrates. They're specifically engineered to support your hydration and stamina. They literally replenish the specific salts and energy stores you are actively sweating out on the floor. So whether you're a competitive athlete or just an active person trying to get through a local 5K, these are formulated to be used before, during, or after exercise, depending on exactly what your body needs at that moment.
Now, if you want to take things to the absolute extreme, we've got pre-workout energy drinks, intended specifically for use right before a training session. I'm telling you, these do not mess around. They pack significantly higher amounts of caffeine, plus specific additions like amino acids and beta-alanine. And beta-alanine, by the way, is actually the ingredient that gives you that famous, completely harmless tingling sensation in your skin. Kind of wild, right? Their sole purpose is to flood your system with compounds directly linked to maximizing your exercise performance, increasing your focus, and just boosting sheer workout intensity. But listen, because this unique blend is incredibly potent, you really must pay close attention to serving sizes. It's a highly specialized heavy-duty tool designed exclusively for the gym.
Which brings us to Section 4, fueling the digital athlete. Focus for the long session. Let's leave the physical gym behind for a minute and explore a category built entirely for stationary digital stamina.
Welcome to the massive world of gaming energy drinks.
For anyone spending long stretches intensely focused on video games, coding, or really any heavy digital activity, these gaming drinks pivot completely away from physical performance. Because, let's be real, you don't exactly need an influx of electrolytes to sit in a gaming chair for a 6-hour raid, right? Instead, you need sustained mental focus, reduced eye fatigue, and lightning-fast reaction times. And that is exactly what these beverages are engineered to do. They hyper-focus on mental alertness and deep concentration.
To really capture this specific audience, you'll see a lot of brands leaning hard into distinct, super colorful packaging and forging these strategic partnerships with top gaming personalities. It creates a highly specific identity, right there in the beverage aisle, that speaks directly to the digital competitor. They aren't trying to sell you a better 5K run. They're selling you a better kill-to-death ratio or a flawless speed run. They're basically cultivating an entire subculture powered entirely by optimized cognitive function. All right, our final section, Section 5, choosing your perfect fuel, matching the drink to the lifestyle. So pulling all of this crazy information together, how do you actually navigate this deeply saturated aisle? If we look at the whole spectrum laid out like a giant puzzle, we can map out exactly how each of these hyper-specialized drinks targets a completely different lifestyle and consumer need. Let's break it down. If you're a calorie-conscious fitness enthusiast, you're going to be looking at the sugar-free options powered by low-calorie sweeteners. If you want simpler ingredients or certified farming practices, you fit perfectly into that natural and organic column. Now, if you're an athlete or an intense gym goer pushing your limits, you're going to need the electrolytes, beta-alanine, and amino acids found in sports and pre-workout drinks. And finally, if you're a gamer or a digital athlete, you are definitely reaching for products formulated entirely around mental alertness. The big takeaway here? Every single can is a targeted tool, and understanding this matrix is the absolute key to navigating that aisle like a pro.
As we wrap up this explainer, I really want to leave you with one final thought. The next time you feel that afternoon slump and need a boost, ask yourself, are you actually grabbing the right tool for the job, or are you just buying expensive anxiety? Seriously, check the label, match the ingredients to your specific mission, and make absolutely sure that your energy drink is actually working for you.